the black South Africans are doomed. The white people in South Africa have spent more than 200 years in South Africa, but yet they cannot speak Swahili. They cannot speak South African native language, but yet they claim that South Africa is their country. In fact, the parliament of South Africa is filled with white people who cannot speak South African native language. In fact, these white people hold the highest position in politics in the parliament, but yet they cannot speak South African native language. Some of them said that go to hell with Swahili. But how could this be? More than 10 times, the Ministry of Education in South Africa gave the final authorization to every college lecturers to start teaching their students with their native language, Swahili. But the white South Africans refused to learn the language. In fact, they protest that South African native language should be abolished in public, and then English language should be implemented. But how could this be? The Europeans can never allow Africans to speak their own language in Europe. Go to Italy, go to Germany, go to France. They will never allow you to speak your own language in their school. In their working place, they impose their language on us. South Africa is doomed because step by step, river by river, the black South Africans are leaving our African map. Ah. Oh.
All right. People don't really know that this banter is not a banter. Yes, what is happened between South Africans and Nigerians is not a banter. South Africa, they are really ready for it. They just want every Nigerian to return back to their home. Yes, of course. That is really what is going on now in South Africa. They mean it. It's not a banter. And why, by the way, when you look the other hand, a lot of Nigerians also are coming out and using social media to attack South Africa and forming a lot of fake allegations, claiming in the process you are hearing a lot of Nigerians are saying that they help South Africa. And South Africa say no, they don't give a shit. They say no, no help you. You know help also. You have to go back to your country, ne? Because majority of you are doing bad thing. And South Africa are really meaning it. And they are serious with it. They are calling Nigerians to go back to their country. They are ready. They are not joking, no. And some area in South Africa, they don't start protests already. Be aware that the protest has already started. These people are really ready. They are not joking about this issue. If you are a Nigerian, you are in South Africa, bring your ear closer. Please. Please and please. Carry your Ghana, your Nigeria must go. In the time of Ghana must go. Now, if you know say you are in South Africa as you are hearing me, just carry your Nigeria must go and return back to Nigeria in peace. Because South Africa, they are just giving you warning message. That's what they are giving. They are about to start. I know what I'm talking about because they don't want you in their country. They say, go back to your country. That is what they, almost all South Africa, their mouth, their voice is only one. Almost all of them, they are speaking the same voice to know that they are not joking. Don't think that as we are coming on social media sharing all this video, they are just playing. They are not playing, no. They are serious. South Africa is serious about it. Be aware. Don't think we are here. No matter if you like, use social media, they are attacking South Africa. They don't send you. They want you to go back to your home in peace. Okay? Watch this video.
But everybody will be happy because in South Africa, they have good government. I mean, that's why I say I'm the right person for you people to interview. You people interview an intelligent, somebody who have gone far. Far is far. South Africa is about 6 hours to here to Johannesburg. You have to take another plane to Cape Town, and that's where I work. South African government, they taking care of their environment and their people. Ho-ha. That's why you see they are very lazy people there because white people does everything. The government almost do everything for them. So they are living a better life more than even foreigner. That's why they are even chasing people to go back to their country. They are racist in that country. They chase people to go back to their country, the bad one of them, because they know that they are surviving in their country. And why upon how they chase, God still said God is only him that owns the world, not human being. So there are still Nigerians who are surviving in South Africa, which if I go back to South Africa, as long as I'm not going with bad intention, I will go there to succeed, and no human being will stop my progress. So, and I don't think I'm going back, but if in future God finance me to go back to South, I will go back to South Africa, because I really lost many things because of that race and that xenophobic whatever and killings and all that. I have to come for my life. Thank God that I came successfully. Even the plane couldn't carry me. I have to go back to Cape Town and stay extra 3 years before I now by God's grace make my paper, everything to come back to Nigeria. I didn't regret even either going there nor to come to Nigeria. But what I'm praying for another opportunity for God to move to South Africa that will better my life. Like I know that be like Europe, Canada. If it happens that I
don't blame a South African government. I don't blame Ramaphosa. I blame Nigerian president, Zimbabwean president, Mozambican president. They are the reason why we are here. Because no jobs there. We are starving in our country. We are hungry. We are here to hustle. So if they arrest us, they need papers, we don't have to blame them. Because South Africa is the only country with a high amount of foreigners without papers. Yes, we must go home. Our government is watching TV, the news every day, but they don't do nothing about this. So why we have to blame South Africans? Yes, we need to go home.
They still get to a safe. I need to be honest with you today. South Africa made me who I am. Durban made me who I am today, and I really, really appreciate that. I always say this: if I did not get to Durban, that my salary 2,500 rand that I used to receive that year made me who I am today. I can't get that salary back home, even being a graduate. I will never. That countryman, I'm at Durban. I summer in Durban, but God actually answered my prayer. I got a job as a cleaner, and that job made me who I am today. I know my worth today. I don't live in SA. If I did not get my feet into South Africa, maybe I would have been dead by now. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Because I'll still be looking back home. What can I do? What can I do? Maybe I would have been arrested. Maybe I would have been dead by now. Thank God I find my way out of that poverty life, and you can't expect me now to go back to that forbid again. I don't want to go to Nigeria. I'd rather die in Namibia or Botswana, not even South Africa, to be honest. I'd rather die in that part of the world. I'm not going to die in Europe. I'm not going to die in London here. I won't die here. I'd rather I might go back to Kenya or go. I wouldn't go to Nigeria. I ain't gay. I won't go there.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Fiban. Go ahead.
Yes, sorry guys for not greeting everyone. Molweni Machi.
So according to some Africans, South Africans should tolerate other Africans who come to commit crime and who are here illegally, to show that they support the African unity. Wow, it's a joke. It's a joke.
South Africans, on the 17th of October, we are marching to the Department of Minerals in Pretoria. We were going to the Luthuli House. Luthuli House is useless. We are no longer going there. So let us stand up together and fight for our minerals. Our country is rich in minerals, but our people are poor. We are so poor in a sense that our government doesn't care. So we are standing up. Join this initiative. Let us go there and show them and display our dissatisfaction with the way they are handling the country. So it is time for them to share with the owners of the land what our land produces. We made Americans. America is what it is today because of our minerals. UK is what it is today because of our minerals. The whole of Europe is what it is today because of our minerals. Today they have a nerve to come in and tell us that we are the third world country. We are the super world countries in Africa. That's what we are. So we are going to show them that we are not scared, we do not fear them. For as long as we are a collective, they have nothing to do on us. They cannot stand us. They can never stand the power of a collective. So let's stand up together. Join the land and mineral movement. On the 17th of October, we are marching to the Pretoria mineral department, and we want to see you there. Thank you.
I think we should ban middle-class people from ever speaking on issues that impact poor Black South Africans, because they will always come from a privileged perspective. When it comes to the xenophobia conversation, this conversation lacks a lot of nuance. It also seeks to paint all Black South Africans as irrational and violent people. That's why a lot of the time when people come and visit South Africa, they're like, oh, I thought they were gonna attack me because I'm not from here. And the question still remains, if South Africa was as hostile as a country as the media and other people are saying it is, mind you, people that don't even live here or have never stepped foot here, why is it that we have the highest population of immigrants in Africa? Secondly, the idea that poor Black South Africans should stop complaining about issues that plague them on a daily basis and rather focus on securing the land or some grand ideology that may or may not come true within their lifetime is also ridiculous. Because if Mina, I live in Katlehong, or I live in Kwatema, or I live in Soweto, and I'm trying to make a living for myself by running a spaza shop, and the people that you call my brothers and sisters are harming me and threatening to take my life because I'm running a business within my township, which is my right, are you telling me that it's so absurd that I would develop animosity towards these people that have come from a different country into mine to make my life harder? Don't get me started on the fact that these spaza shops are said to be raising funds for certain dangerous groups. They are also selling poisonous food to the Black population in South African townships. It's easy for you who grew up in a gated community or in a nice complex in the suburbs, who went to a nice school, who doesn't have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and walk in the dark. It's easy for you to say, stop being hateful. But do you live in a mining town where there are zamazamas? Do you live in a mining town where you are being terrorized on a daily basis? Is your home being hijacked? And sure, you might say, why don't they hold the government accountable? And I'll say, have you been living in South Africa for the past 30 years? If you as a middle-class Black person can't even get your grievances through to the government, what more a poor Black South African who has nothing? If I feel like outsiders are making my home a hostile environment to live in, the natural reaction is to retaliate. That's why these takes of, oh, Black South Africans need to focus on Abelungu instead. The average Black South African doesn't live around Abelungu. You're saying this from your gated community with your high walls and your unlimited Wi-Fi. If anyone should be fighting supremacy the most, it should be you. You who is privileged. You who has the access. In the meantime, before you talk, go live in the hood for 5 years. Please go live in a mining town for 5 years. And before you lot deliberately misinterpret me, I know that South Africans also engage in crime. This is not a wow. We know. We all have that para cousin. We all know that one dude in the hood that got rich from stealing cars. But that is not the conversation. Stop being condescending. Stop ignoring people's daily realities. Y'all are the same people that come online talking about, oh, why didn't the EFF gain more votes? Do you even speak to the average Black South African? Do you? Do you sit down and understand what they deal with on a daily basis? Or are you just shielded by privilege?
I did a video stating that South Africa is a developing country like any other African countries. Even Egypt, civilization started in Egypt. Egypt is an old ancient city. Egypt is not a developed country. The only developed country in Africa, according to 2024, which is the richest country in Africa, is Mauritius. And the reason why Mauritius is one of the richest countries is because of the tourism. That place is so well built and developed, organized, that people go there for holidays. Now, South Africans, you were crying all over my page. Oh, electricity, we have lights. It's a lie. I have white South African friends here abroad. They tell me everything. There's no light, there's no constant light. It's on and off. On and off. And these people are not just ordinary, like normal South Africans white. One of them, the father is British, the mother is South Africa. He normally goes there for holidays. So don't tell me that somebody living in the UK cannot afford a good holidays in South Africa. So obviously he can go to all the best places. He said the light is on and off. So what are you talking about? You want to be a developed country when your light goes on and off. You want to be a developed country when there's high unemployment rates. Just wake up. You are just coming, oh, it's better than Nigeria. How? If somebody's in a class, let's say class 1, somebody carry first and somebody carry 10th. Is it not the same class? You are classified as a developing country. And if you even go and check the richest countries, your country, South Africa, is not even part of it. Actually, why I decide to pick on you, I don't give a shit about South Africa. I've never been to your country, okay? Why I decide to pick on you is that you talk Nigerians down. I've seen a lot of your videos. I am against bully. I am against, if you bully anybody, I see it, especially if you bully my country people, if I see it, I'll come for you. Because if you think you know how to do trouble, I'll tell you that you are learning. So I gave you people yesterday to cry. I saw all of you crying river. You people really know how to cry. When they just tag your country, you come and cry your blood, cry your slavery and your white master. So I did this one again so that you come and cry again. I gave you yesterday to cry very well. So today I'm doing this one again so you come and cry. Your country is a developing country. All developing countries are classified as one. While developed countries are classified as one. I'm going to use Europe as an example. UK or Ireland pays high, right? More than Spain or France. But they are all in the same developed country. There's what they use to rate develop. You rate standard of living of any individual. That is how you indicate a country is developed. For instance, somebody is looking for a job. You can easily get a job straight. That is a developed country. But a country where it takes time to get a job, that the unemployment rate is high, you can't call that a developed country. So Mauritius is one of the most developed country. If you go and Google it yourself, I won't do research for you, you have phone. South Africa is not even in the 6th or 7th. I know, oh, Cape Town, Johannesburg, oh, some of those places are nice. I haven't gone, but I have people that tell me stories. I get my source from white South Africans. I don't take fat from Nigerians. Do you know why I won't? Because the Nigerians are also limited. There are some places that they can also go to. So I take my fat from people that can go everywhere, that are not restrained. And I don't take my fat from black South Africans. I have some that are my friends, some are very good. I don't take my fat from there. I get my fat from white South Africans. They can go everywhere. They can go everywhere. So I get my fat from them. And another thing that shocked me again, you people are fighting foreigners. They told me that you people don't only fight foreigners, you also fight yourself. That there's fights among yourself. So if you cannot like your own fellow black, I wonder who you can like. That is why you see most of those white South Africans, they avoid you people. They say if you can fight your own, yourself. So who are they that you will not fight? So just, you people, just claiming you are better than other African countries. You are not close. Go and check the richest country, the most developed country. South Africa is not even in 6th or 7th. South Africa would have been a good tourist destination if it was not the highest crime rates. If it doesn't have the highest crime rates in Africa, South Africa would have been the most. People would have been going there for terrorism. Yeah, just to go for tourist attraction and everything. But because of you, you know yourself, the bad eggs that is making that place unsafe, and you want the white South Africans to be happy when they spent money to develop some certain places to make it tourist center, and people are not trooping in the way people are trooping to Mauritius, the way people are trooping to the other countries, it's Seychelles or whatever they call it, Seychelles or whatever they call it. People are trooping in there. People are even going to Morocco. Morocco is a popular destination now. Because of you, you are coming here to talk no electricity. What are you talking about? You are better than Nigeria. Who carry first and who carry 15? They are in the same class. So what are you talking about? Developing is developing. You think you are developed than other? You are not. Egypt. Egypt is not developed. Why are you joking me?
Guys, look at the very moment South African Vice President Paul Mashati collapsed in Limpopo while giving a speech in a public event. I don't really understand what is wrong with African leaders.
Let us all recommit to the National Development Plan goal of ending poverty and reducing inequality by 2030.
It's actually embarrassing. In fact, African leaders should learn how to take care of themselves and their heads. They don't do that. They only focus on how they loot. That's the only thing they think. Whatever. Nigerians are praying. Nigerians, were actually saying they wish it was Tinubu or Kashim Shettima. They even went ahead to say that why is it that Nigerians are praying, the prayers Nigerians are praying in Nigeria, then it will be answering in South Africa. That God will be answering their prayer in South Africa. That God should answer their prayer in Nigeria. Anyway, good news. He didn't die. Yes, he didn't die. He's fine. But I think kudos to the security guards there. Because he couldn't fall down. They catch him in time. If he had hit his head on the floor, it would have been a different story. Kudos to all the security guard there who rushed him. Like, they were really actually active. It seems like they know that the man is not healthy. They were prepared to catch him in time. Whatever. South Africans who are bashing Nigerians at the comment section in my page, I hope una pride don't come down a little bit. At least our leaders are very much headier than our leaders. Whatever. It's so sad and embarrassment and also shameful for a vice president, not even just a politician, a vice president of a state to, it's really embarrassing, but thank God he's safe.
Hello, Mr. Manager. I greet you. And again, I will congratulate you for the wonderful job that you are doing. I always say, the job that you are doing, those who don't understand you will hate you, and they will think that you are criticizing Nigeria, and because of that, they will hate you. But there is a secret of which I want all try and send this audio out there for some of your people, of Nigerians, to hear about this audio. And if they will refrain from their sickness and be cured and recall themselves, they will change and they will know that everybody will love them. Nobody on this earth, even them, some of you people, them, when I say them is some of you people, the evil ones, will not even be happy that somebody will come to their country and spoil the peace of the country. Nobody, even if you are a devil, you will not like somebody to eat or kill your son or your child. You rather like to eat your child by yourself. But you will never like somebody to kill your child. So that's why every parent do protect their children. So all the messages that you are sending to them out there, it is one way or the other an advice to them to change their character. Changing their character is not for me, but for themselves, not for only Ghana. Because when they change their character, they can live everywhere in the world, everywhere. Because no country, no citizen, wherever on any continent, that will be happy that a stranger will come on his or her land to create problems or to make the land insecurity. Nobody is ever happy to receive atrocities. One thing that I want some of your people to know, that person like you, I'm talking only about you because you are the one that I can witness for you. You don't know me, but you schooled in my town. If I want to call it, you are Nigerian, but you went to school in Tema. I'm a citizen of Tema. And even those Nigerians making that noise around there, if they even realize that you went to school in Tema, they will even respect you. Because Tema, they say Ghana is expensive, but Tema is more expensive. Tema is where they call small London. The Europeans, they call it small London. Not today that foreigners are full over there, and everywhere you see Paco buildings everywhere. That the country, the Tema is now is now like a zongo. But before, even our first Prime Minister Kwame Nkrumah, he decided to make Tema a tourist town, of which even Ghanaian citizens, you that you are a Ghanaian citizen, if you don't even have passport, you cannot come to Tema. That was the plan of Kwame Nkrumah. That is where you went to school. Yes. I know a little bit about you. If you didn't go to school in Tema, you tell me that I'm lying. Or if not so, then the research I made about you was false. But I know that it's not false because that's authentic. So the reason why you are different is that when you came to Ghana, you humbled yourself, you studied the people in the country, and you adopted to their lifestyle. So now you have a habit like Ghanaians. So one way or the other, you are just like a citizen of a Ghana who don't like people to cause instability in the country. You don't like people to damage the peace of the country. That you want the country to continue and develop. But the evil ones, that picking Abolo people, that came with their primitive mind, with their evil mind, from wherever they are, especially from the Nigeria there, they just came to come and rush. With the evil deeds that they do to spoil Nigeria, they brought the same evil deeds to Ghana to come and damage Ghana. But now, after destroying Ghana, where will they go? That's the question that I want to throw it to them out there. If they say they are sensible, after destroying the peace and the stability of Ghana, where will they go then? But if they are matured in the sense, if they say they are more intelligent, as they claim to be more intelligent, as they've been in Ghana, why don't them contribute? Why don't them humble themselves and concentrate to live as common as an ordinary Ghanaian to achieve his or her aim? But they rather do the habit of killings, robbery, rituals, etc., etc. Later again, come on social media to come and insult Ghanaians. But they are so full to the extent that them insulting Ghanaians, they don't know that they are calling the attention of Ghanaians to rise against them. Ghanaians have in mind of what they did to Ghanaians. That label of back Ghana must go, the name can never be changed, never ever on this earth. And they have to know that so far as that bad name of Ghana must go will not change, the history that they did to Ghanaians, the killings that they kill innocent Ghanaians, innocent Ghanaians walk. The time to pay them, they seize all their everything and they treat them, even deporting them, getting to the border, they didn't allow them, they closed the border again. Millions of Ghanaians that they died. But if today they are getting conscious, they didn't judge them, and they have come on our soil, creating insecurity, doing rubbish, and at the same time coming on social media to insult Ghanaians, then it's up to them. Mr. Manager, you are Nigerian, and they are Nigerian. I want to throw a question to them. There was a time that one foolish guy, one foolish idiot, if man, one foolish idiot on social media, you know about what I'm saying, and they can search up that one-to-one station in Ghana saying Ghanaian girls are sheep. Ghanaian girls are sheep. If Ghanaian girls are not sheep, when they will see my car, they will not come close to my car. Even the word cheap, he used sheep because that's how the Nigerians pronounce sheep. Cheap, they pronounce it sheep. It's cheap, not sheep. That beef. But he had audacity to stand in the public and tell Ghanaian ladies are sheep. And by then, it was Ghanaian ladies who were interviewing him. I don't know who sort of person, what audacity that he has. But if it would have been in Nigeria, Mr. Manager, you know, and all the Nigerians know, if it would have been in Nigeria, that any Ghanaian went to any station to make this rubbish, before that Ghanaian will get out of the station, millions of ladies will be out there. Maybe that will be the end of that. Then they will kill him. But the Ghanaian ladies were so foolish that upon what the foolish guy said, that guy, imagine, look at him that he was standing there. If not because of fake means that he used to get some money, even to buy a car, who is this person even to stand before even a Ghanaian lady? Who? But he used that word, Ghanaian ladies are sheep. Cheap, he says sheep. But let us say this sheep because again they say they are the best grammatical people on the earth since they are gent of Africa. Does it make worth standing in public to insult Ghanaians, of which you are in the same country living there? This is how we say some of the people, they are so beefs, and they are beefs and beefs. Look at, there was a time that on your station, one Nigeria guy was talking about our hospitals in Ghana. The hospitals was built with taxpayers' money. The hospital was built with taxpayers' money, and they treat everybody the same. They don't treat celebrities there. They don't treat government there. Anybody. You were a witness. That Nigeria guy was another person. He's a stranger, a foreigner, but he was treated very well. And thank God that he witnessed it. He gave testimony about it. But one of your sisters, a Nigerian, another beef Nigerian lady, on social media, that she claims that she don't buy anything in Ghana because Ghana is very expensive. Look at it. I bought my egusi, I bought my amala, I bought my eba, I bought my blah 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 blah. Showing to social media that I bought this thing very less, and in Ghana it's expensive. But such beef is living in Ghana. That beef is going to this hospital in Ghana. When in case she falls sick, this beef is walking on the street of Ghana. This beef is searching for her money in Ghana. But she decided to go and buy things from Nigeria, bring it to Ghana and come and consume it. Fine, no problem. But why should they publish it on social media? Do you see how I said they are beefs? Why should they publish it on social media? This has created enmity. And Ghanaians are packing this in their hearts. Little by little, you are poisoning their hearts. So a day is coming when Ghanaians will rise. But when they will rise, you have to know that there were things that they have packed in their hearts since time. You have already beaten their hearts. So if they are reasonable, they don't have to come to social media to do all this rubbish. Already Ghanaians have planned. And the day is coming, they will see it and they will say they will never ever forget, and I know they will never even step foot on Ghana again. Because an action is coming of which it will be very, very brutal. Brutal. People will die. People will die. What they did to Nigeria will do to us in Nigeria 1985. There's going to be a retaliation to them. And I'm telling you, those that have they want the peace of mind, immediately that action will start, they have to live peacefully. But when they will try to resist, as they think that they are judge of Africa, oh, inshallah, they will regret themselves. Yes, they will regret themselves. Just of recent, one Nigerian guy again went to the platform of Rush. You know, people do, Rush is just doing the same job as you. He's a Ghanaian. And he doesn't want people to spoil the system of Ghana. If you have come, live in peace. So Rush received both audios of everybody. Anybody, he's a Ghanaian. Even although Nigerians are attacking him. But be you who, if you send any audio to him, he plays as well as you that you play audios of South Africa, of Ghanaians, Nigeria, everybody there. One Nigeria came on social media, insulted Ghanaians, that you Ghanaians, you are lazy, that we came to build your economy, that you people doesn't know anything, Ghanaians are dirty, we are building houses for you. Imagine such beef. According to him, he's living in UK. But imagine such beef. Stand on the social media to voice out all this rubbish. Bala, 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 bala. Does it make weight? But first of all, if you're talking about civilization, Nigeria and Ghana, who first became civilized? We are not going there. You say Ghanaians are lazy. Ghanaians are lazy? Really? Ghanaians are lazy? Really? When Ghanaians came to Nigeria, Ghanaians were hard workers. The government requested they came with hard working. And the Nigerians, they are on our sort of, are they not doing fraud, robbery, killing, etc., etc., etc.? Although there were some Ghanaians out there who also having characters like Nigerians, but not much as they are now. Imagine children will leave Nigeria to come to Ghana. We are going to do Yahoo business. We are come to do Yahoo work. Imagine, come to do Yahoo work, come to Ghana to come and make the instability to fraud people in Ghana. And you want Ghanaians to welcome you? This beef said a lot of things on social media, on Rush program. You can find that and see it, insulting Ghanaians, that, this and that. But first of all, have any Ghanaian invited a Nigerian to come and build any building in Ghana? With our constitution, even foreigners cannot do retailing. But you people came, you are doing your retailing. People rise against you, and the so-called beef that Igbo kid that he call himself beef, that 419, that froster, who is not even a king in his country, by nice case, a king in Ghana, intervene and plead that the government of Ghana has to tender what the word with mercy. Imagine tender what with mercy. So because of him, he has to plead for our government to change the constitution or what? And yet, such people are on social media making noise, blah, 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 blah. Ghana has not invited anybody to come and build buildings in Ghana. First of all, before you come to Ghana, I don't think Ghana was flat. There were buildings in Ghana. And if you say you are so rich that you are doing investment, why don't you do that in your country? Look at what Ghanaian government is doing with all this hospital, everything you people are talking about. We are still holding the government accountable because we know the government has to do more. Ghanaians are still on the street, still demonstrating because we want our government to do more. But because you Nigerians, you are not even in peace among yourself. With your tribal war and blah, 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 you've forgotten even to hold the government for accountability, and you're cutting yourself Igbo, Yoruba. Just a mess. Ghana is a country where you come, you see a mosque and a church. Look at the mosque, look at the church, and we are in peace. We are in peace. We have millions of languages in Nigeria, but anywhere you go, you speak a language that you can. Nobody attack. This is what we call civilization. We temper people, we treat people like human beings, not like animals. So I want you to let them know, and them also they will hear this audio, let them know that if they want people to love them just like everybody cherish you, they have to change their character from that evil act, and they have to mellow their shoulders down. Okay? Because that proudness and that proudness is too much. It doesn't take them to anywhere. It doesn't take them to anywhere. And they are so beef that they are so fools. They think they say, but they are so fools. Excuse me to say, they are so fools. Those, if I say those that I'm referring to, before I said some of you, so I'm talking to those some of you. Even in this modern world, that there are a lot of, before, look at all this drug business, this cocaine that they're taking to everywhere. Before, the world doesn't have much security to detect all these things. Now, no matter how you go to anywhere with drug, because there are a lot of means to identify it, they will arrest you. They will arrest you. But now, so now, beef Nigerians are still engaging in this cocaine business. In Africa, corruption is full. So in the airport, you can manage and sneak out with the cocaine. But know that the country of the origin, if it's in Europe or where, they will arrest you. But because they are fools, they don't even think of the dangers ahead. They just say, let me go and do it. And look at how they are arresting them. And the most painful side is that they don't go with their own passport. They go with passport of other nations. They don't go with passport of Ghana, go with passport of South Africa. And they are so, that's why I said they are fools. Nigerians, don't you know that you are fools? You are fools. You claim that you are intelligent, but you are fools. First of all, you are traveling with a passport which is not your country. Even if your picture is everything or not, just for your donation, you know that you are not from that country. That's aside number one. And again, you carry drug on yourself to travel. Man, come on, are you a human being? Then such people will stand and insult Ghanaians. Someone will stand and insult Ghanaians. Just sit down, have about 2-3 minutes and reason and ask yourself that are you really intelligent? Anyway, a word to a wise is enough. But Mr. Manager, you're already Mr. Manager. You're already Mr. Niger. You came to Ghana, you study the situation and you are adopted. Now you are more than a Ghanaian. You are more than a Ghanaian. You are more than you are somebody that you must even rush even to have that shelter. But I know that with the inquiry that I made about you, despite that you have Ghanaian woman, you don't have even Ghana nationality. You don't have the Ghana passport. But person like you, if you have Ghana passport, you will not use that to do criminal actions. That's the reason why you are trying to advise them to record to themselves and come back to you. But you are rather being hated because they know that they cannot just be as you. So continue to do your job. Okay? Continue to do your job. With your character, you can stay anywhere in the world you can stay. Because with your character, no country that will say will not welcome it. So thank you so much. But let them hear, please. Send this audio to them out there. God bless you, Mr. Manager.
South Africa, they really mean it. It's not a banter. If you waiting come from the bottom of their heart, that is what they are speaking about. You see, I keep repeating the same word. South Africans want you to return back to Nigeria, where you come from. They want all Nigeria to go back to their country. Yes. Okay, let me just say, I know I can't use the word of foreigner because South Africa, if you ask for my own perspective now, like for a very long time, I've been following this thing. I already understand that South Africa, they don't want Nigeria, not just foreigners entirely. Nigeria be the most problem. They don't want Nigerian. They want Nigerian to come out from their country. Yes, Nigeria. Honestly, I'm telling you the fact. If you think I'm lying, leave it on the comment section. They want Nigerians out of their country. Now the fact with this. They really fat. Okay, God bless you. If you want to reach out to me, look at my bio. My WhatsApp number is there. Send me a message. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye for now. And Nigeria, repent and return back to your country in peace. Bye-bye for now.